to make this gun Blade Runner, that's all you need. Hey guys and gals, this is Alex from A&R Design, and today we have the Archon Firearms Type B. This gun is being imported by PTR. You've probably seen these guns over the years, but never had an opportunity to purchase one, never had an opportunity to shoot one. There was a limited amount of them in the country back in the day, but I think Archon Firearms and PTR had worked out some deal. Now they got tons of these flowing into the country and being sold. So it's kind of a neat little 9mm. It's a modular gun, which is super cool. So if you see this back strap here, and you can see all the partitions between the main body of the grip, the flared magwell, and the back strap. All these pins can pop out. You can slide this out, put an insert there, get a extended grip, or you can choke it all the way down to Glock 26 length, essentially. There's no Glock 26 length magazines available yet for the gun, but you can shorten it to Glock 26 length, which leads me to believe that eventually there will be Glock 26 length magazines for this gun. Comes with 4 magazines from the factory. They're CZ bodied magazines. I say that because they fit everything CZ. Comes with iron sights, fiber optic front, blacked out rear. It comes in 2 styles, no optic cut and optic cut. The optic cut that comes on it is a Shield RMSC optic cut. The recoil lugs that stick up that go into your optic are actually flared and rounded at the base, which I'm not crazy about because it limits the optics that you can fit on this. So to get this Holosun EPS to fit on this, I had to use a countersink in a mill and just kiss the IDs of the bottom side of the EPS without damaging the silicone poured layer that is right on that edge of the wall thickness of the IDs of the screw holes. So I just gently kissed it to create a mild countersink, and the optic sat flush. Because it's a very low bore access gun, as you can see. The firing pin indicator is right there, and you can see how low and close that is to the top of your hand. So super low bore access gun. I wanted a super low optic. The Holosun EPS is the lowest optical center to bore center on a pistol. So it makes this a neat little package, and you can co-witness through the iron sights with this setup. It takes down kind of like a Glock, but kind of not like a Glock. You've got a single pin here, which I'm going to see if I can push through and take the gun apart for you because it's kind of cool on the inside. So pin comes out, pull trigger, gun slides apart. It's got an almost full-length rail this side of the pistol. The rail goes all the way past the pin, and then back here it's split where the slide stop is. Here's the trigger. It's a faceted trigger. As you press the trigger, it tips, and then it allows you to press it inward. So it's kind of a weird trigger because the trigger does 2 motions. It breaks here and breaks there. So one thing I did have to change is I had to reprofile. If you look dead on here, this is how it normally looks on the right hand side. I had to reprofile the beaver tail because it has such a high tang grip. This corner and the way it actually like comes back down on itself, curls back down on itself. I had to completely buff out that corner and that spline to make it more comfortable for prolonged shooting because it would hot spot my thumb knuckle. So I did have to reprofile that whole bit there, but it's a really hard polymer, a little bit of 200 grit, working my way up to 1000 grit, getting it nice and smooth. It's fine now. We acquired this from Berserker Arms. He was kind enough to send us the gun optic ready, 6 magazines. He makes the only extended magazine base plates for the pistol. So thank you, Berserker Arms. He sent us 2 extra mags with floor plates. He also sent us a VP Armory detached compensator that bolts into the Surefire X300 Alpha. So it completely replaces the rails on the X300 and slides onto the muzzle, and is a detached compensator that does work, and we'll see that in the video. I did have to do a little bit of modifying to the latch on the Surefire to get it perfectly tight. But yeah, it's a really cool compensator. VP Armory is a really neat company making these detached 50 state legal compensators because you don't need a threaded barrel to use it. It's pretty nice. Only thing I do wish is that the compensator came up angled towards the front facet of the slide, because you do get a little bit of escaped gases towards your fiber optic there. But other than that, it's a pretty neat little setup. So we'll shoot it without the compensator, without the weighted base pads, and then we'll shoot it with the weighted base pads. So just to preface, this gun does have about 600 rounds on it already. I've been shooting it since I got it. And we will be making holsters for it. We don't quite have holsters yet, but we will be making X300 holsters that fit the VP Armory Compensator and X300 and X300 mounted directly to the Archon Type B. I'm running 124 grain Blazer to start. We'll switch over to 115 afterwards. You want to make this gun Blade Runner? That's all you need. I think the gun overall is a really nice package. It's very accurate. It's a neat pistol. Does it check any boxes for me? Is this like a must-have gun? No. If you can afford it and you want to add it to your collection, I think it's cool. I think it's a really neat gun. Things that I love about it: low bore axis, the direct mount of the Holosun EPS and other RMR or RMSC type optics. Comes with 4 magazines, completely modular grip. You know, the slide stop's in a great location. I haven't once in damn near 1,000 rounds rode the slide stop up or down. The grip is nice, the ergonomics of the grip are nice, the flared magwell is nice, front fiber optic, the ability to co-witness is super cool. Does it outperform like my Glock 19 that's a little bit built up with a ramjet? I don't think so. I think the trigger on my Glock 19 is better with the performance trigger. I think the return to zero on my Glock is better than this. And I obviously didn't have to reprofile my beaver tail on my Glock because it hurt my hand. So is this a must-have? For what it is, I think it has a lot of value. So if you can afford it and you want to add one to your collection, I think it would be a great addition to anyone's collection. But this isn't like an ultimate game changer pistol for me. With that being said though, I enjoy this quite a bit. I will keep this one for myself and get another one for the shop because I do enjoy shooting it. And I do enjoy shooting it with the VP Armory Compensator. It does make a difference. And again, you don't have to have a threaded barrel and a permanent compensator on there. You can take it right off whenever you want. So overall, I think it's a good gun. But again, doesn't check all a million boxes for me where I'm like, oh God, you have to buy this gun. Like I don't think you have to buy this gun. But I like it. I think it's cool. And I want to keep this for my collection. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. One thing to note, 1,000 rounds, not a single malfunction. Like, not one. Not magazine related, not mechanical, not ammunition related. This gun eats what you feed it, which is also something really worthy to note. So, like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching.